what was the next tax we have written? I think sell service tax. Service tax. It is a tax introduced in the year 1994 on 3 types of services. We do not bother about these type of services. But what happened? After 1991, there was a new sector. You remember our discussion: agriculture, industry, and services. The 3 sectors. Previously, India was an agrarian economy, then converted into service economy. And we are having a neutral industrial sector throughout the period before economic reforms. So now, for example, government thought that after economic reforms, there is one sector which is growing rapidly. So whenever government will find that there is a new sector, government will impose tax on that. So that is why in 1994, government introduced service tax. Can you give me any new example of any new sector that government has imposed a tax in, we can say in last 4 or 5 years? New type of business activity that government took under the tax bracket in services itself. It means whenever you imagine around 2014, 2013, we were not having tax on that particular sector, not on IT sector. Clothes government imposed excise duty. Any other new type of sector? Obviously it will come under service sector because we have 3 types of major sector.
Coaching institutes?
No. Coaching institute comes under service based industry. I'm here providing lecture as a service. So it is a service based industry. Always attract service tax. I'm talking about around 2013, 2014, we do not have any kind of tax on that. Example is e-commerce. If you order from Amazon, Flipkart 4 or 5 years back, there will be no tax. But what happened when government realized that this sector is growing? So we should mop up some revenue from that sector. So e-commerce is the latest sector that government have a hold on that in order to raise the revenue. So on the same lines, this is the example I've connected with the concept. So service tax, whenever government will find a new sector, government will impose tax on that. So in 1994, government imposed a service tax. Now let me tell you, before 2014, obviously 2014, change in the regime at center, service tax rate was 12.36%. 12% of service tax and 12% of that. And 12% of that, it means 0.24 and 0.12 is a cess and education cess, that is primary and secondary as well. So we'll discuss what is cess and what is surcharge in few minutes. After that, service tax, you remember? In 2015, service tax increased to 14% in total. So in the budget, our finance minister announced that this 14% includes all the cess as well, etc. So flat 14% on services. Again later in 2016, government announced that service tax is 15% from now onwards, 0.5% and 0.5% of Krishi Kalyan cess and Swachh Bharat cess. By adding 0.5, it comes out as 15%. Again in 2017, that is July 2017, after adoption of our biggest indirect tax reform, GST, now service is charged at 18%. See the transition. In just maybe 3 to 4 years, you can say, services now cost 18%. Why? Because government is continuously seeing that service is growing at a rapid pace. Any doubt regarding this? So we write service tax is the tax imposed on service tax is the tax imposed on service providers at a flat rate of 18% under GST at a flat rate of 18% under GST. Full stop. First time service tax introduced in India. First time service tax introduced in India in the year 1994. In the year 1994, when government found that services are growing at a rapid pace, government found services are growing at a rapid pace, so it is a good opportunity to mop up extra revenue. So it is a good opportunity to mop up extra revenue. Full stop. Service tax. Full stop. Service tax has been increasing since 2014. Service tax has been increasing since 2014 from 12.36% to 18% in 2017. Full stop. If you want to write this, you can write. This will give you enough idea. Done? Any doubt regarding service tax? Very simple. What's the next one? VAT. Value added tax. So just listen. A VAT is just the substitute for sales tax. It means when states adopted this value added tax, they have replaced the sales tax in the states. So sales tax were the part of state taxation. So whenever you will purchase or sell something within the border of a state, then you will be liable to pay value added tax. So VAT is in a different brackets like GST, starting from 0%, that is exemption list, to 2.5%, 5%, and it will go around 12.5%. On the most of the commodities, it was around 12.5%. It was first time introduced in the year 2005. An empowered committee set up in 1998. So this we can say the background of a GST. On the same lines that we have adopted value added tax, we have initiated the process of GST. So empowered committee set up in the year 1998. Empowered committee means there are representative from the states, generally the state finance minister with the union finance minister. So they were sitting and making the provisions, discussing the provisions of value added tax. So in 1998, this was the first time happened. So from 2005, we have changed sales tax to value added method. And value added method now means the sales tax is now imposed on value addition of the product. So if you remember that process of production, now the sales tax is also converted into the process of value added tax. Now, what are the benefits? Benefits are simple. It will reduce the cascading effect, and second one, it will have a self-check mechanism. Because if the tax is not paid on the previous stage, obviously the next liable has to pay. So he will or she will make sure that the tax is paid on the value added at the previous production method. Getting my point? So we'll write few points regarding value added tax.
So like how do we ensure this? For suppose purchasing the wheat, 100% has to pay 1.0 tax, 100% has to pay 1.5 tax. So if the RBI says that if the person is not paid 1.0, does it check the other person? Like,
Obviously, if you purchase something, you will get the consignment bill, etc. He will give you the amount of wheat at 10 rupees. In that bill, it is written that I paid 11 rupees, 10 rupees of wheat, 1 rupees of tax. So, whatever the value you will add, you will pay tax on that value addition. Suppose, for example, the wheat owner have not paid the tax. So, you have to pay that on 25 rupees, that is 2.5 rupees. Government will get the same revenue, either 1 rupees from wheat and 1.5 from bread, or 2.5 from the bread owner. Getting my point? So government will get the same revenue. But if you will not make sure that the wheat producer is not paying tax, what will happen? You have to pay it. So you will make sure that he has paid that 1 rupee. Otherwise you have to pay that to the government on 25 rupees. So that is a self-check mechanism. On the last state, what was the amount of tax? 18. And under GST and under excise duty? 32. Why? If you have not paid the tax, or with the previous producing stages, tax amount has never paid. On the last stage, the cake producer has to pay 18 rupees. Otherwise, on the GST regime, he has to pay only 10 rupees because he added the value of 100 only. Getting me? So there's a difference of 8 rupees. So he will make sure that the tax has paid on the all previous stages. So these are self-check mechanisms. But it is very difficult in real life, in restaurant especially, because you have purchased some kind of vegetables, etc. These are raw. You cannot claim input tax credit. We'll discuss in GST. So this is VAT, you write. Value added tax. Value added tax introduced in the year 2005. Introduced in the year 2005. Replaced a sales tax in the states. Replaced sales tax in the states. Replaced a sales tax in the state. First off, there was an empowered committee set up in the year 1998. There was an empowered committee set up in the year 1998 to look into the prospects of VAT. To look into the prospects of VAT. First off, initially, states were reluctant. To implement VAT because they were thinking that they will incur loss. They will incur loss in the revenue because they were thinking that they will incur loss in the revenue after the implementation of VAT. After the implementation of VAT. Yes. First off, value added tax is a remarkable achievement. Before GST. Full stop. It also laid the foundation of GST implementation in India. GST implementation in India. Full stop. Nothing important in this because we have replaced VAT also. So we are just discussing in a brief so that you'll understand better about GST. So we are building our discussion towards goods and services tax. Any doubt regarding this? Nothing. So we were following VAT since 2005 to 2017. For the 12 years, states were never incurred huge loss. So states were reluctant in the implementation of VAT. On the same lines, if we see the process of GST implementation, states were again reluctant that after the implementation of GST, there may be a loss in the revenue. So if you are reading the newspaper of the last 4 or 5 days, you must have come across a news that Government of India, that is central government, is giving compensation, bi-monthly compensation. Have you read this news? Bi-monthly compensation to the states due to loss in the revenue incurred by the states. So there are compensation principle given under GST for the 5 years. So we'll discuss that under GST.